Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is how I beat Wastewalker Shu with 2 pets in order to level a 3rd one. Wastewalker Shu is a master tamer found in the Dread Wastes of Pandaria. He's certified safe for level 1 pets, so he's a worthwhile stop on your leveling circuit. In my first slot, I have my leveling pet. It won't take any damage, so grab a level 1 if you like. Today, I have my new Wicked Soul. In the second slot, I have Syd the Squid set up with Tidal Wave, Bubble, and Whirlpool. Syd's got kind of a key role in this strat, so he's unfortunately not replaceable. Third, I have my Nightwatch Swooper with Savage Talon, Call Darkness, and Nocturnal Strike. You can swap this for any of the new Legion Owl pets, or even for an old-fashioned Raven with similar moves. I've also heard of people having good luck with Chrominius, so if you have him on hand, just slot him in with Arcane Explosion, Howl, and Surge of Power. Okay, so have your safari hat on and your little baby leveling pet in your first slot, and we'll get started. So first off, just use any move, doesn't matter what it does. Do try not to stun him, just because that will ruin this whole thing. And then switch out to your Syd the Squid. So on Syd the Squid, once we've switched him in, we're going to use Bubble right away, and then we're just going to basically spam Tidal Wave until the end of time, or at least until Bubble comes back up, which is basically the end of time. It's got a very long cooldown. So this Bubble is going to block an attack, and then it is going to block the detonation of that Whirlpool, and then it's going to be back up, not for the next Whirlpool, but the one following it, which is why we used it right away. And Tidal Wave is going to take care of the backline pets so we don't actually have to fight them. So the reason that we're able to bring a level 1 pet is because his second pet never actually sees battle. His second pet has a cleave move that will make life really bad for your level 1 pet if you're fighting the second pet, but with this strategy where we just, Tidal Wave, like the ocean does sometimes, you don't actually have to fight that second pet. We're going to kill it before it ever sees battle. So our lovely little leveling pet isn't going to take any damage and we'll be able to get full experience from this. So just keep on Tidal Waving. It's also going to be doing quite a bit of damage to his third pet. You'll notice you're not really doing anything against Crusher the Crab. Crusher the Crab don't really care about waves. He's seen all this before in, the ocean. So it looks disheartening when you're just looking at the big health bars on your pet battle screen, but once you really see the big picture with those backline health bars, you'll see that we really are getting places. So just keep at this. We're going to use the entirety of the Syd the Squid, so there's not going to be any switching him out or anything, which means this is a good strat for multitasking. Aside from making sure that you used Bubble when you first entered battle and then on cooldown, there isn't really any turn counting. So if you want, you can open up your phone, you can browse your social media feeds, you can tab over in your browser and start looking up recipes for like cookies, because I bet you, even if you're a very prolific baker, there's probably some kind of cookies in the world that you haven't made yet. So, if you really feel like you need to bake some cookies, then you can probably go find a brand new cookie recipe. And, yeah, so that's the detonation of the third Whirlpool, I want to say, that's sneaking up on us, and our Bubble cooldown is going to be just about ready. So as soon as that comes up, just go ahead and press that, and that will save you from that little detonation, because we basically just want as much time as humanly possible on the Tidal Wave. It's okay that the porcupine in the back doesn't die to Tidal Wave, but you do need the elemental pet. You want that one to be completely gone. You do not want him seeing battle at all, so just keep matching Tidal Wave, and you should have enough life total on your Syd the Squid to make sure that that guy never sees battle, especially with the fact that we're missing a bunch of those Whirlpools. So here we go. It seems like it's getting really close, and then you realize that he's going to take time to refresh his Whirlpool and refresh his heal, and that gives you lots of time to cleave down the whole team. And we're sort of almost there. So this is a little bit time-consuming. He's kind of Wastewalker Shu, if you will. But it is safe, and there are only so many safe ways to level 1 pets, so if you're doing a leveling circuit of Pandaria, there is no reason to miss out on Wastewalker Shu, especially when it's easy like this. Well, here we go, that should take care of it, and that should be the last action that we get to actually take on our Syd the Squid, which is perfectly alright. So, his third pet has got just a little tiny bit of health left, and then most of it's just the crab. So at this point, we bring in the Nightwatch Swooper. I'm going to go ahead and Call Darkness, and what that's going to do is it's going to reduce the healing he does with his little misty thing by half. And that's kind of important to actually killing him. So I probably should have just gone ahead with Nocturnal Strike and then Savage Talon. You'll notice I actually took Quills. That's a bit of a mistake just because he's typically going to be hitting you with Surge, which will go first. So Savage Talon's a little bit better, but it doesn't really matter. And Crusher would be down a lot faster if I had hit him with a Nocturnal Strike. I decided to hold on to the Nocturnal Strike because I wanted to save it for the third pet. Don't ask me why I did that. It wasn't very smart. But any case, you've got lots and lots of room on this pet. You could probably get away with almost any flying pet, to be honest. Especially if it has liftoff to actually avoid Whirlpool detonations. But I just really like these new Legion Owls, and Call Darkness is pretty important for mitigating that healing mist. You'll see it transfers over to the third pet, so you don't want him being a problem. But in any case, Nocturnal Strike finishes him off, and we are all done with 4,000 experience for our little baby level 1 pet. And that's how I do it. I feel like the old mop tamers must get lonely these days, so it's nice to stop by and visit. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!